So guys, the next thing we're going to do is fill up that hole with the edge of the bulkhead. Just a little bit of trim to fill up the holes that you've got up there and down the side here. So to do that, I'm going to cut the edge of the bulkhead off and then use that to cover up the hole. So essentially that's what you're covering up, so you can see from the other side the difference. So to cut this, guys, what you want is a knife a little bit like this. And the best way to do it is literally just follow this line and just cut down here. If you start at the top, so this is the cut one. So as you can see, cut down that edge there. So that's the bit that's going to cover up the van. And then you want that top front bit as well at the top to cover that big hole. And this bit here looks a bit messy, but obviously I'm going to file that. Oh, and it's fallen over on its end. As I was saying, this bit here is a bit messy, but obviously if I cut too thin here, it's going to go through and it's going to cut into this bit, but you want this bit as well. So, you know, you don't want to cut too close because you're going to cut the seam off there. So it's essentially what you want to do, and that's what you want it to look like. And I'll show you what it looks like in the van. This is what it looks like in the van. So you can see you're covering up that edging there, and then at the top, I'll show you on the inside. But that's that bit there on the edging. And you can see the bit that I've cut away, you've got a little bit of the edge there, so I'm just going to file that down, neaten that up so it doesn't stick out as much. That big bit at the top is going to cover up that big hole. So you've got the edge going up, and then you've got that bit there that covers that big hole there, you see? So essentially that's what you're covering up. So you can see from the other side the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carpet over it as well, so it looks a lot nicer. So just going to match the carpet back here and just make it feel a lot more cosy and nicer when you're camping in it. So guys, I've cut one side off the other bit of the bulkhead, and now I'm just cutting through this bit, but I want to explain what I'm doing. So it is simple as just following this line down, because you just want this edge piece to cover up the gap inside the van. But if you go too close to the edge here, what you're going to do is you're going to cut along the seam which holds the front bit and the back bit, and you're going to split that plastic seam, and then the two bits are going to come apart. You obviously want this piece to show in your van because that's going to cover up the big hole, and then but you don't want any of this bit here, but you want this edge bit here. So essentially you want all that edge bit down there, not including this, but you want all this edge bit here, and you want it to come up round and follow this line round. So that's what we're cutting off. But obviously if you cut really close here, you're going to cut through to the seam on the other side, and then you're not going to have that connecting, because obviously once that's cut off, you've got this bit here, as you can see, that sticks out. So if you cut too close into this bit, you're going to cut this bit away from it, and you need this bit because you need that to cover the hole. So that's essentially what I'm trying to get at. So guys, I've just finished carpeting the back of the doors. Now what I'm going to do is carpet this trim that's come off the bulkhead. So obviously as you can see, like here, it's just going to make it look a lot nicer and a lot more cosy when the van's finished.
I'm hanging around, wasting time, hoping that you drop by. And I don't pretend to know what you want. I don't even know where to start, but I'm willing to try. Even if you push me under, it's only gonna make me stronger. It's only gonna feed my hunger. Say the words, say the words. Even if the tide stops turning, even if the world keeps burning, nothing's gonna stop this feeling. Say the words, say the words.
So there you go guys, that was the edging of the bulkhead done. So I've carpeted it all up, as you can see, and then I've carpeted the back doors as well, and we've done the archway. So that's all the carpeting done. So I'm just going to fit these back in and see what it looks like. So guys, we're just going to put the trim back in. So as you can see, it looks so much better. It covers up that hole and it just looks so much more cozy. It's quite a long process to do, like cutting out the bulkhead and then sanding it down, filing it down, adding the carpet, but it's worth doing it because it just looks 100 times better. So let's hope that these screws are the right screws and it goes back in. There we go, look how much better that looks. 100 times better. I'm actually blown away at how good it looks.